Hi there, Dory Sukap here, founder of Inspiration Management. I am here in beautiful Las Vegas at the Aesthetic Show Live. And with me is a very special guest, Dr. Richard Goldfarb. He's all the way from Philadelphia, and he's the founder of the Center for Smart Lipo and Plastic Surgery. It's so good to have you here, Dr. Goldfarb. A pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
You
It's
are
a pleasure to be here.
You are a speaker. You are a plastic surgeon. You stay very busy. You are also one of the main educators for laser companies. How do you manage to do all this all at once?
Well, it does. It's complicated to manage your time accurately and still take care of patients, but you know, I like new and innovative technology, and when we see something that's there, we know it's going to be helping our patients.
Good.
You got to do it.
Good. Now, you are part of the faculty here as well, and I know that you are doing a couple of sessions, and one of them is on PDO threads. And that's becoming one of the most popular treatments. I speak with so many clients, and everybody's introducing it into their practice. So tell us a little bit about what is the latest and the greatest with mesh PDO technology.
Well, PDO technology has been really a mainstay now in the thread technology. I initially started working with Silhouette and had worked from them since their inception. And when I got introduced to this company that had something very unique called a mesh thread, where we would place it, for example, in the nasolabial fold, and then in the middle of that hollow area, we could inject filler in the middle of it, or we can inject a biologic such as a platelet-rich fibrin matrix like cell-fill.
Wow.
And it prolongs the life of the filler, plus it expands that area to give you a nice, smoother result.
Which everybody has a problem with that area. That's probably one of the most concerning thing for most patients. So is this a painful procedure?
No, it isn't painful at all. We have a new and patented topical product called Previdyne that we place on the patients, which is a 4% lidocaine with a special delivery technology that we put on first, and the patients don't feel anything. And we're really excited about it as far as the mesh fill. We can also place it in the tear trough area for what we call hollowing of that area.
Nice. So where can someone find that cream? Is it already out?
Yes, it's just coming out, and a company called ADT, which will provide the information for it, they can purchase it, and it's extremely reasonable. They would put a nice little bottle on their shelf in their office, and then when they have Botox fillers and those type of things,
perfect.
They
That's
utilize
very nice. Very nice. Now, I know you do a lot of lipo.
Yes.
Do you see a big shift between doing lipo and then having the cool sculpting, the Sculptra, all the different body contouring company? What are you seeing as far as a shift in that arena?
Well, I think as far as liposuction is concerned, I don't think anything compares in the non-invasive market that we can do in a very short, simple procedure by mechanically removing the fatty tissue as well as causing skin contraction and tightening of the skin. But there's certainly non-invasive procedures out there that you mentioned that can have a nice effect with the right patient, and that's important that you find the right patient and don't try to put somebody who's very large in there and expect these great results. The other aspect that we do is we combine it with something called M-Sculpt, which tightens the muscle. So we always remove the fat, but the muscle's always been ignored, and then we're doing the M-Sculpt, which I was fortunate enough to do the initial FDA research for the company of BTL.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, you stay very busy.
Yes.
And I remember when they launched M-Sculpt, and it was like the biggest buzzword, right?
It was.
So do you have a lot of people coming in for that particular treatment now?
We do, as a standalone and also as a combination. We do an awake abdominoplasty in our office, what we call a lipoplasty. It's removing the fat via liposuction, then removing the excess skin, tightening the muscle, and then post-procedure we'll put them on the M-Sculpt, and we're getting just great results.
That's wonderful. What are some of the newest technologies that are your favorite technologies?
I think the M-Sculpt has been a major new one that's really hit the market because, again, nobody's addressed muscle before.
Right.
So, you know, in my early days of liposuction, just having that device, which still works great, I used to give my clients a 6-month membership to a gymnasium,
Yeah.
trying to get them to then further enhance their body with building muscle.
Yeah.
And now, you know, of course, they never would go. If they would go and before, they probably wouldn't have come in the first place.
True.
But with the M-Sculpt combination, it's been a total game changer.
No. I know that you speak a lot at business-to-business conferences like this, the Aesthetic
Yes.
Show and others. Do you also do speaking for consumers to educate them on what the latest technologies are?
Yeah, we do a lot of that consumer awareness. And my forte, I believe, is taking a complex subject and making it very simple that, quote, the layperson
Yeah.
could understand it and really, you know, agree to do the procedure after we explain it to
Yeah,
them.
that's great. Are you seeing a shift in the target market? Are you seeing younger individuals coming to your practice now, more so than before?
I see a major shift in that.
Yeah.
Definitely the younger patients are coming in and an increase in the male patient population coming in as well.
Nice. I just helped a doctor in Orlando, Florida, actually open up a sexual health practice. That's all she's going to do. Are you combining medical sexual health with plastic surgery with some of your male clientele?
Yeah, we do. We've had a company called Progressive Men's Health, which is part of our sexual erectile dysfunction treatment plan. And we've had that open now for about 7 years. We've treated
Nice.
about 300 plus patients.
Wow.
And we have a really large series that we're going to publish in the literature. And that's been a
For the results that you're getting.
Yeah, the results,
very
and
impressive.
we measure the blood flow before we do the treatments, and then we inject the cell fill and some of the other type of biologics, and then we measure their flow after, and the numbers are just
Yeah.
over the top.
So you've been a physician for 30, how many years?
Yeah, it's been quite a
30
while.
years. And it's amazing how science has changed, medicine has changed over the years. What would you say is the one biggest thing that totally changed the way you practice?
I think in the beginning, everything was done in the hospital, in the operating room, being a surgeon. And now, I don't really even go to the hospital
Yeah.
and do it. We do everything in the office. It's safer, quicker results. The patients are happier.
Yeah.
And the risk goes down because
Yeah.
we're taking the anesthesia risk away.
And it's probably cheaper for everybody.
And it's definitely cheaper. We don't have the facility fee and the anesthesia fee. So
Yeah.
for the consumer, it's cheaper.
Yeah.
It's better for us. We don't have to round in the hospital and see all the
Yeah.
patients that way.
So I did a lecture earlier about how to generate more cash in your business. And one of the things I was speaking about was how to generate the money from the consultation process and how to avoid dealing with insurance. But I'm still surprised how many physicians still take insurance in their practices. It's like, why would you?
Yeah, we are totally out of the
Cash,
insurance.
right?
Yeah, we don't
Yes.
take any insurance. I've dropped my affiliation with all the
Yes.
the blues and all the HMOs and everything. So we don't take any insurance
Yeah.
at all on any of
Yeah.
that.
So what are some of your favorite lasers that you use in your practice?
We like, there's a whole host of lasers and technologies. There's some newer ones, Aerolase, Venus Viva is one of our newest ones, and we really like that. We still like the CO2 laser, you know, the fractionated
Yeah.
CO2 lasers, and we really like our little KTP laser. It takes a little bit of those, what we call those T-langs, or those little veins in their face,
Yeah.
and takes away some of the dark pigmented skin changes, and they're real simple to do.
Yeah.
And in our office, it's just a major part that we can add on when the patients come in for these other big procedures, that we can service them
nice.
completely.
Since you are so experienced, what would you say to someone who is just now starting out? What advice would you give them?
First advice I'd give them is don't get talked into buying these ridiculously expensive devices, because that's how you can get poor real quickly.
Yes.
And really try them out first, talk to colleagues, certainly talk to colleagues over everything, and see how it's working for them and what the real return on investment is.
Yeah.
Because so many of my friends and colleagues have bought devices, and I'm guilty of it certainly in the beginning, that you don't want to get pigeonholed into those.
They're sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah.
But see, that's why they need someone like a business developer to help them promote it and create membership programs and have opportunities to really get traffic in there and promote them properly.
I think that is so important.
I think that's probably one of the biggest mistakes. They come to a show like this, they get so excited in buying them, but then they don't think of, okay, how am I going to sell it?
I cannot agree more with that.
Yeah, thank you.
I think reviews are important. We're very fortunate. We've had like 70 five-star reviews and nothing else,
Nice.
which is pretty nice. We must be doing something
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
We kind of go that extra mile. We'll spend the extra time
Yeah.
with them, and I think that's
Well,
important.
it all boils down to the experience and the results that you can provide. So if
Yes.
you treat them nice, you educate them, then they're going to come back over
Well,
and
I always
over.
tell my patients, you know, you're family,
Yes.
and I wouldn't do anything different looking at that particular person I would if they're my own
Absolutely.
family, and I don't think
Absolutely.
you can go wrong in that regard.
Absolutely not. Well, thank you so much for being with us. It was
Thank
a
you.
pleasure to meet
Real
you.
pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. Dory Sukup here signing off from the Aesthetic Show Live.